Okay, good morning, guys. This is Simon with Trade and Perform Coaching. It is Friday, the 20th. Quick legal notice, important disclaimer and reminder for all traders and investors. This webinar is for educational purposes only and not a recommendation to buy or sell any particular financial instrument. Equities, futures, options, and currency trading have large potential rewards, but also large potential risks. You must be aware of the risks and be willing to accept them in order to invest in the futures and options markets. Do not trade with money you cannot afford to lose. Website is neither solicitation nor an offer to buy or sell equities and futures, and you can read the rest. Don't lose your ass day trading would be my suggestion. Okay, so number one, obviously yesterday was a pretty rippy day up. When you look at the NQ profile, you will see that we ripped overnight. All of this hypothetically needs to get re-auctioned. It doesn't mean it will, right? So there's a couple of things that are important to me this morning in terms of how do I judge where the setups are coming from and how to bias myself short or long. I was discussing this with Ed yesterday. So first of all, you got to get below this last 30-minute period right here where we closed up like that. You got to get excuse me, I apologize. Let's do this again. There you go. This last 30-minute period right here, see how we just tested underneath it on yesterday's session, found responsive buyers, right? And then overnight we tested right down to it. So you're going to have to impulse below 19,980. You might want to write that down. You got to get below 19,980 to come back in and explore all this poorly auctioned area, right? And so what would be that raises a challenge because how do you figure out where support or resistance is and all of that, right? So let's go find a couple ways to figure that piece out. The first piece I would do would be the 50-60 retrace. So this was the low from the 18th on the open, or the close, whatever that was, doesn't matter. That was the low. There's yesterday's high. Here's the 50-60. Okay, so since that covers such a wide space, what I would do would be create a zone on each of those levels, the 382, which you'll notice we haven't gotten to yet, the 50, and the 62, and use those areas as an approximate location. That's the first thing I would do on that chart, right? The next you'll notice is it's just all poorly auctioned, which isn't a shock at all, and then you have clear single prints down here, right? So the next thing to look at is as we're coming down, see when it clears I'm not going to draw a line on each one of these, but see when it clears the bottom of each 30-minute level. You would expect some kind of attempt at a response underneath each of those levels if you need to find a location. As far as great location for us, if we beat that, if we get into that fair value from the overnight on the 17th, it's really pretty hard to tell where there's like, hey, this is a great location, which is why you have to turn and lean on the 50-60 because all you're looking for is the odds, like who's leaning harder on that information would be the question, and that's where we would need to focus our energies to capture that P&L. Okay, that's the easiest way to put it, plus the algo itself. Okay, so that's the first piece, pretty easy. Hold on one second. Why is this not? Hold on one second. Hold on, I got a slight problem here and I don't know what it is. File. That's so weird. Hold on one second. My other computer just stopped working altogether. Hold on. And I don't know why. That's weird. Okay. Hey, give me just 1 second, guys. This is not. Why is this not? Okay. Well, that's odd. Here, we'll just disconnect this. Do this. Do this. Do this. Just want to figure out this problem. We'll do it this way. Hold on 1 second, guys. I apologize. Okay. Okay, so apologies. So each of those 30-minute pieces plus that area, that's what I would look at for the support and resistance areas, right? Other than that, I would expect balance today to trend up, right? Buyers are in overall control. So I'm leaning more long than I am short. The other piece I wanted to show y'all is that 8-minute moving average. I'm sure all of y'all saw it, but it really saved your bacon yesterday when we get these strong vertical moves up. Let me see if I can find it. Like this. Okay, when it is nailed outside that channel, my suggestion is you wait till you stop stop shorting, and if you look when it comes off, see when it comes back to the top of the channel, the setups start working again to the short side, right? So if you look, you get pink bar stuffed, down it goes. Now, well, what about on this run, right? Well, this is the first place where you get 2 bars down. There's no pink bar stuff, but it is coming out of a mini tweezers top, right? So just count that as a stop. That's fine, right? That's a watch. Stop. If you're gonna short, I wasn't shorting, so it wasn't a problem for me, right? Short, minus 10. Short, minus 10. Short, right? You recover all your loss and go to profit, assuming you knew that it could push, right? But, and here's my question that I would ask of someone if they say, well, how would I know, right? How would I know it's going to push like that, right? Well, if you didn't know it was going to push or go down, why were you shorting this and this to begin with, right? Like if you didn't think it had a chance of getting at least to the bottom of the channel, what would be the point of shorting this? Which is why I was uncertain. My internal degree of certainty that this would go up here was about 10 times higher than this would come down here, right? Why? We just got done with that rip, and but we're near all-time highs, right? The longs are just, if I had to say, look at the ratio of the number of times you got a potential short signal. There's not one here, but just if you went second bar down short, right? Look at the number of times you got that, where it actually went to the bottom of the channel, versus the number of times you got a long signal, long signal, long signal, long signal, and it went to the top of the channel. My certainty, my degree of certainty, or my degree of confidence that I'm going to get 10, 20, 30 plus on a trade goes up dramatically higher on the longs in this environment than it does on the shorts, right? And so if your argument is, well, how do you know the short's going to go to the bottom of the channel? You're right. I need visual evidence that it can easily go to the bottom of the channel, of which I have none right now. I understand that at times it's ripping, right? But if you think through the logic of that, if you insisted it's short, here's where people get in trouble. Hey, it's short, but I keep getting stopped trying the short, right? Well, you're going to get stopped in this environment shorting, and in order to make it up, you're going to have to get the swing down, right? But what I hear most of the time is I shorted, and then I took 2 points and 10 points and took the trade off. Well, then your whole thesis is thrown out the window. If the short is only worth 10 points to begin with, why would you take it at all, right? If the short's only worth 10 points, meaning that's the best you think you can do on that trade, why would you take the short to begin with? I would take the short if I thought I could see where this rip was coming to the downside. I would happily take this short here, right? It would be great. But it'd be a beatdown to go 10, 10, and probably there was a few more 10s in there, and then go, now I need the 40 or 50 versus, right? See on this rip down right here, I get my 1-2. See on this right here, I get my 1-2. See on this here, I get my 1-2, and then I can start figuring out where to push to, right? Stop, long again. And if you don't know that pattern, that up bar on the second bar, it gets down and then goes back up, you should learn it. It's trigger, stop, long again for the up. But if it were me, and I were wanting to make sure that I was on the right side of the trade, I would just simply go, hey, I need the 2 bars up, and I need to be fairly certain that that is going to go to the other side of the channel, right? So I can get my 20 and 30 points and move on with my life, right? So that's my 2 cents on that. I don't think I have anything else for today. Same pattern as yesterday, right? I'm looking for the algo. Even this is fine. Lift bar, 10-point stop. Purple bar. The ones that worked best, if you look yesterday, where's this coming from? Why can't I erase this? There we go. Okay, I'm going to talk about the 32 tick chart in a second. If you look at what worked best yesterday, both long and short, Pink bar stuffed, followed by release bar. Purple bar stuffed, followed by release bar. Purple bar stuffed, followed by release bar. You got to take that one twice. Pink bar stuffed, followed by release bar. Pink bar stuffed, followed by release bar. Starting to see a pattern there. The diamonds worked very well too. Diamond, that's also purple bar stuffed, release bar. Purple bar stuffed, release bar. Pink bar stuffed, release bar. I think I know where I'd put my energy today, right? If I wanted to capture these trades. And then pink dot worked okay, not great. Bill, I didn't understand what you were trying to communicate to me yesterday. I'm going to have to talk to you later about it this morning. And let's see what else I had to cover this morning. Watch out for trend up and fighting it, or trend down. That white line gets outside the channel, and yeah, I'll be loose. I'll be out. I wanted to point this out. I don't know exactly how to use this, so I figured we can use a team effort to figure this out. But this is what I figured out. See, when the market's coming down, if you wait to get 2 bars up, like after you get an impulse move, once you get 2 bars up on the 32 tick, when it comes back into that, like once it closes above and comes back in, you get a support out of that area. Like, see how this comes down? And then if you apply the algos and all that, right? But 2 bars up, see how the push back into it provides resistance. 2 bars down, push back up to it, gives resistance. But I don't have it down exactly. I have it down kind of. Like, see that 2 bars up, support. 2 bars up. It's not quite perfect. Like, it obviously in Asia broke down a little bit, but really not really. It kind of did the same thing, which it lets you know, hey, we're planning to reverse it. It kind of sucks when it does this. So really what you want, when I was looking at the pattern, is you want it to like 2 bars up and come back and test almost immediately and give you that lift. So I'm trying to figure out the pattern there. I know there's a pattern there. I don't quite have it figured out. So hopefully we can allocate that to the team and figure it out as a group. I don't know exactly what the pattern is. I do know that the purple bar is stuffed, right? Purple bar is stuffed on this 32 and on this on the 32, and the pink bar stuff give big rotations the other direction on this thing quite often, right? So let me tell you how I want to use that. When I see the algo set up, pink bar stuff, purple bar stuff, on to 32, and I'm already in the trade, right? And I go, oh look, that ended up being a pink bar or purple bar stuffed. When I was kind of playing with the ideas on this, the way I think that we should use this, at least it came to mind, was that would be our indication that we're probably about to get a larger extension out of the trade, and so that you can push your longs or you can push your shorts, as the case may be. And again, inside and outside the channel on that is obviously pretty important. But if you go through and look on your 32 with all the purple bars stuffed and pink bars stuffed, once you get 2 bars down from that, the extensions are pretty healthy in both directions. So at any rate, that's my 2 cents about that. I don't have much else to add. Those were single prints that we tested overnight to 2001 and the 19983. I'll be looking at those on the 30-minute, but I don't have anything to add. I'm skipping the first 15 minutes before I turn on the auto trader. I'm trying to see if there's any econ. Consumer confidence, 10 a.m. And we have ECB President Legrand speaking at 11 a.m. And 2 o'clock we have FOMC member Harker speaks. Hey Siri, set an alarm for 10:55 a.m. ECB President speaks.
Done.
Set an alarm for 1:45 p.m. Fed member Harker speaks.
Done.
Okay, got it. Okay, that's it. That's how. So I'm going to follow the process again today. If you will follow the process, I gotta give big ups to Dan in Canada. He's just been repeatedly following the process over and over, and he's withdrawing huge chunks of money from these funding companies over and over, well above 10,000 every 2 weeks. Okay, he has 23 accounts, I think, or 30 accounts, something like that, across multiple. But he's following the same process over and over. He's not trying to kill it on any particular day, and his cash flow is just kicking ass. And I think it's wonderful. So that's my 2 cents about that. I don't have anything else to add. Let's go have a great freaking day. That would be my suggestion. Anyone have any questions before we get started, guys? The other thing I would say is make sure you're not getting agitated or frustrated, whatever the case may be, in terms of speed of the market, lack of speed, all that stuff. Just let them work it out for themselves, right? From overnight, the single prints on the end cap, which is the easiest place to pick those off, is right down here. That's done. Looking short. Really nothing. They need to put excess up on top, which they just did. Right. So that's the old. That was an old level there. And we'll just watch. They took that high out and just dropped it like a rock. Head back up. Diamond pink bar released. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Down, that's pink bar stuffed on the 15. Into overnight. Unfair pricing. Glovex highs over here. Poor high. I don't really have excess over it yet. And we haven't made it to unfair pricing below. So we'll just see what they do. That closes at 54.25 just to get your brain warmed up. That would be a trigger for a short side trade. I am not trading the first 30 minutes, so it's not a issue for me. And I'm certainly not looking to trade short. My ideal short locations will come from below IB low. Let's put it that way, on counter rallies back up. I don't want to get into the game of trying to figure out where the top is coming in. They're just too vicious on it. Savage might be the right word. That. That triggered long for the auto trader. I'm not taking it. There's one. On scale, so for me that would have been one scale, and then the stops minus 10 from basically 54, so 44 would be the stop. Here would come scale 2, so maybe I should have turned it on and left it on, but I didn't. So that would have been +5 minus 10 for a net -5 if I left it on, which is fine. As it is on flat. I did say I'd run it after 8:45, so I'm turning it on now. I do not have the shorts on, although clearly they're working. I'll be right back. They got the whip around this morning, don't they? That'll trigger if that 54.75 hits. I'm long. I turned it on. Scale 1 done. Scale 2 done. And you can choose whether you want to carry that in. I'll now lock it up until after econ. So that puts the accounts up. Let's see, $655. That was on process entry, obviously. There's that up, down, up, down, up, down pattern. Oh no, it's not there on this yet. And for me, I'm working on the worst part of my game. So the worst part of my game is guessing. Like I think it'll reverse here. So no guessing. I either take the trade properly or I don't take the trade at all. That's very hard for me to do because I know there's so many setups, but I'm staying strictly on the setups that I have in the room. It's really a challenge for me psychologically. I think we could have two-sided trading today, just FYI. See, like this is a place I would get killed because I go, oh, they're going to hold IB low and run it into the consumer confidence number, right? So what I do is I put the fantasy trade in front of the functioning algo, and then I get in trouble, right? Then I'm like, oh shit, I got to back it off. So it's either 100% on, just like I ask everyone else to do it, or nothing. I shouldn't have to save the accounts in any way, shape, or form. And it's much more relaxing. Hey guys, I was just saying that I should not have to save these accounts in any way, shape, or form from following the process, right? So just let it work itself through. Like even if I left it on this morning, I would be long and stopped, long and paid, nothing. Down in the single prints here. See, and I would normally guess, oh, it's going to hold here, right? But I didn't want to do that. See, I'd have gotten smoked right there. Because I'd have gone, oh, it's going to hold the 2012, right? Just let the algo set it up for you. By the way, the white line's outside. I have the algo turned off until after econ. I'll wait 30 to 60 to 1 to 2 minutes. Sorry. And then I'll turn it on and let it do its thing. And long only at first unless I see it change. We are below IB low. And the, let's call that the sidewinder. I don't know what else to call it, the white line. The moving average, A period MA, is below and outside the channel. So Bill has pretty convincing evidence that that's not a good sign, but it's right in front of econ, so we'll find out in 2 minutes. Expect fast market conditions for a minute or two. And that's not what I thought would happen. into unfair pricing. There's actually a poor low down there overnight, so it may be going to take that. We'll find out in a second. But not the rippy I would have thought we would have had. No big reaction. I'm turning the auto trader on. I will take my trades as they set up, both manually and auto. I do have the auto trader on, and I am prepared to take this. If this sets up, it'll be approximately 09. '07 with a 97 stop. And if you don't like the white line outside, I'm alright with that. You can wait on it. I'm long 07. Slipped 08. Scale 1 at 12. No fill. Looks like I'm going to take a stop on that. Stopped, and I'm fine with that. I'm long at 06.50 again. If it hits. The system is designed to take the stop. I'd rather take a 10-point stop all day long than a 20-point stop. Long 07, stop 96.50. Scale 1 done, 13. Scale 2 is at 1875. Now we see if it runs. That pattern there is the up, immediately stuffed and reversed and taken back in. It goes quite a bit of the time, that's how I was trying to show it. It's trigger, stop, long, both 10 points, and run. Next scale's up, 25. Does that all make sense how I explained that, guys? Randy, Ed, Dan, Peter, anyone, Brian? Yeah. So it's enter, stop, enter, push. Pull. So I'm still down a little bit because I was up more, so I'm up $400 instead of $690 or whatever I was. But that's fine, it'll work out through the day. And here we look pretty benign, so I'm going to turn on the shorts as well. Gulp. Analysis. Studies. Let's see if I live to regret this. There, my shorts are turned on too now. Not that I like it. Got the 25 by the way, so I'm just on a trailer. And just stay calm and steady, guys. We'll get our setups. Like I have so little doubt of how solid this is. We may come back down and take out that Globex low we just missed. But you can see we came right into the single prints. Pace changed pretty dramatically there. Just FYI. That 06 would be a release again. It's just the middle of the channel release. Which is obviously less desirable. And chop, 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 middle of the channel. I'd leave it alone. But that is, if that had happened at the fourth channel, I'm all over that setup. Up here, release, up, release. That results in a nice trade usually. Again, the key is don't overload it so that you can take your series of trades without feeling desperate to recover it. That'll trigger long at 0675, 07. I'll be long there. Remember, if everyone tries for Globex low and they can't hit it, guess what happens? You squeeze everyone out. Look at the volumes dropping off as we're pushing down. No love. So now that would be a micro tweezers bottom. The release would be on the up bar above. I wonder if, is my Slack working? Can someone just ping me on Slack real quick? Oh, there it is. Thanks. Cool. Thank you. Yeah, it is. Okay, good deal. Nice, Dan. Just keep hammering that baby. That's Globex low. See, this is where I'd go, oh, we just take out Globex low, we're in single prints, let me grab it. I'd get stopped right there. Like, if there's not fast price action, the way I think about the market doesn't work. The algo does, but the way I think about it, like I think, oh, we should test, pop, even if we're going to fail. Like, I want test, pop, and then fail. And then so when it does this price action, that's where you see me get like, I'm like, shit, I'm all annoyed. It's going to be an apex trap back into a pink dot over here. The lift entry on that apex trap would still be the lift bar with a 10-point stop. Again, if you look, right, one of the big advantages here is, okay, yes, it cost us 10 points here. If you re-entered, you obviously recovered the 10. But here, no 20-point stop right there. 18, 20, whatever, right? No 20-point stop. So we can recover pretty easily from 10s, right? And then the PA is really not conducive to us. That's more like trend down PA, though I'll leave the algo doing what it's supposed to do. So I'll be long 95, 10-point stop, and I know it's choppy, so I may get stopped, right? If you think it's too slow for you, the easy answer to that is don't trade it. Right, and I will be implementing it. I get stops and the next bar flips right back up. I'll take that twice. Those will be my 20-point stoppers if I get hit twice on that trade. And you can get hit twice on that trade. But the whole point is just keep doing the same thing over and over. You know you've got a dramatic edge there. Let it play out. I'm long 95. Obvious stop is 85. 84.50. And I may get stopped on that. Did not get my scale. So if that stops, I will flip right back up. Stopped. That didn't stop the full bar, but interestingly enough. Now the limit is 95. I hate this pace. You know that? It just sucks. What in the world? We just stopped. That's long, by the way, at 2000. I'll try to grab it. I didn't get it. Long 2000. I didn't get it. No fill. Consolidation, lift bar, go. Man, Choporama, guys. Choppy, choppy, choppy. I'll leave the auto trader on, obviously, but choppy. That's a head and shoulders pattern there at 87, if you see it. You may. I did not expect it. ES is actually lifting quite nicely. Look at that. It's NQ that's dragging. I don't know why. I don't know what's up. Wow. No idea. It's like out of NQ into ES. There's no movement in ES. And NQ is just like dead in the water. That'll be a trigger at 94.75 off of Head and Shoulders. Still a Head and Shoulders. Limit 95. I don't know what's up with the PA. It's weird. $95 for an 05 stop if you can handle the choppiness. That should lift. So, no idea. That's weird. Someone's sitting on the ask. Thank you, sir. Yeah, that'll be great, Sean. Why don't we just talk at... I think 12 will work for me. And that's awesome. Thank you, sir. You should be scaling this if you took this trade. You should be scaled up. I need to see where my P&L is now. I'm at 6 with the stops and the wins. I'm at 656.92 right now. Not great, but not bad. Is anyone else having a different experience? Or does anyone else go, hey, wait a minute, Simon, I'm getting crushed? Or anything like that, if you've been taking them on process. Okay, good. Yeah. And that's pretty good considering how shitty the PA's been this morning, I would say. Yeah, good. Good job, Brian. That's exactly what's supposed to happen. Now, do your math, right? If you can come in every morning and manage the trade even when it's not ripping and doing everything we'd like it to do, right? That's 659. What did you say yesterday? Isn't 400, you said it's like 120, right? 135K, so. Nice, Brian. Nice, Jason. Dude, Jason's quick on the math, man. Wow. Dude, how did that happen? I am done with that. Where's the damn shorts? It could just be that we're on hold for the ECB dude. Well, yeah. Let's see. I took this for a stop, I think. Let's see, this for a stop. I took this for a stop. And then, so, if you look at both of these, Tasia, see how it triggered, stopped, and then went back up like that? That pattern where trigger, stop, and then immediately back up on a one bar down, and then immediate reversals along. So, entry, stop, entry, recovered, entry, stop, entry, recovered, entry. %, Brian. Good, I'm glad. You know, the ECB man is about to speak, and I'm surprised. I don't know if that's what's holding up, but look at the performance difference in NQ and ES. It's pretty dramatic. See that? It's just not popping. So the danger here is, see all the wicks on the bars? We're going to get wicked out on some of those trades. It just shows indecision. See, almost every single bar has a wick on it. Yeah, that kind of is difficult. Man. That's a tag of the low and an apex trap, guys. That's a long. It's just dirty. $20, 2016 is what you're looking for there. Guys, that's horrible price action. That's all I can say. Horrible, horrible price action. Really bad. I don't know why it's doing this or doing it the way it is doing it, but it's the worst price action I've seen all week. Finally. Hey guys, just so you know, you have to adjust the stop to the bar. Just FYI. You have to adjust the bar to the stop. And I think shorting is a very, very difficult thing to do at the top of the market. I can't say it enough. It's super hard to short up here. I know it looks easy afterwards, but you will find everything that goes wrong with a short goes wrong when it's at the very top of the market. Everyone wants to keep stepping in. No one wants to miss the next new high, and that's what you're fighting against. So I just suggest, nice job. Yes, it does, Tasia. Now it does. It didn't before, but we're making small adjustments to it. The difference, wasn't it? some consolidation. We are in supernova twice now. Hey guys, I'm turning off the auto trader. This is just too hard. I mean, look at that. We're whipping in a sub 50 point range on a 24 tick chart. The 15 tick is working here. So Tasia, if you wanted to know what it takes, that's the PA you need to make the 15 tick chart work. But the 15 tick is working, 24 is not. It's just gotten the volatility collapsed. Which is fine. All we would do is switch over. Here, look. Let me help you. Now look, whereas it wasn't working before because it was too high, right? I'll set up the auto trader for it this weekend. So I would switch to the 15 until you see it starting to, go again. And that's pretty brutal PA right there. So I'm switching off to the 15 for a few trades. We'll see how we do. I'll be long 88. Oh wait, is that even a trade for me? It's an apex trap. 88.75. I don't know what the stop needs to be. I'll keep it at 10 for now. That's got to be wrong. That is a good example. 88 to 83. Lower the stop to 7. I'll manually execute it. But the PA suck-a-ramas. I don't even know just what happened. It's like we went to sleep. And hey guys on YouTube, thanks for joining. It was decent trading given the sucky price action. So we'll just go from there. Wrong thing. But we'll kill that. And we'll kill